party.
I think I eat too fast.
Remember that time you puked in Taco Bell parking lot?
Which fucking time? I puke in a lot of parking lots, you know? No, that one was gross.
Yeah, like violent.
That one I got through half my Crunchwrap Supreme, and I was like, this is no bueno.
Wet ass pussy. Ride my dick, make it come like it's Snooki. I can't rap.
Episode 82 of Isaiah Cannot Rap.
Haha, it's all fun and games until I murder both of you. Hello, and welcome to Waking Up Woke, Episode 8. The boys are on a grind tonight. 2 pods back to back, never heard of.
Double header?
Oh my God, 7 innings, man. So close to being done. But
we're built different.
People, we're built different, and we're ready to fucking go. We got Cyrus Farr, I'll give you the beautiful again. My beautiful co-host. You earned it. You get some respect, even though you disrespected me no less than 10 minutes ago. On the monitor, we got Adam cracking his second Bud Light lemonade. We're getting fucking rowdy tonight.
Yo, I've just hit a new personal record, calories burned in a day. That's incredible. Good for me.
What, 500?
1,074.
Ooh, wow. I do that in like one workout, bro, so it's cool, dude.
I'm smaller than you. I burn less calories.
Yeah, whatever, dude. All I hear is how you're the peak.
All you had to do is say, cool for your personal record. Like, good job.
The antithesis of athleticism is Cyrus Farr, so that's all I hear. That's all I hear about, and you can't even break 1,000 calories on a workout, dude.
And don't you forget it.
Trying to get below 160, can't even burn 1,000 calories, dude. Crazy.
Close, you know I'm close.
163. It's not close, dude.
Speaking of these two doing this episode inebriated, you brought this up to me a little while ago. It's just a nice little go-getter starter here. Jobs that you think you could do drunk.
Jobs that I think I could do drunk. Just
podcasting, number one.
Just some podcasting. Just some lowball ones. First, I think I could be a mean landscaper drunk as shit.
I disagree with that one, dude. That'd be tough.
I don't think so, because just working at a beer store, I see all these landscapers come in the middle of the day and just buy like three pounders, and they're just like, yeah, I'll be back later. And I'm just like, okay, I'll see you later. Don't you have to like cut grass and weed whack shit?
I do know some that drink very early in the day. I will say that.
I'm saying. So I just think that'd be easy money. Like, you could just do it drunk. Another one that I had was lumberjack. I think that'd be fun drunk.
That's a way worse one. I don't know about lumberjack.
I don't know.
That's super dangerous. Okay, what do you?
I mean,
what are you chopping with?
Any job you're doing drunk is probably going to be dangerous.
I disagree. Mine are very easy, not gonna die or chop my hand off.
Dude?
Number one, also very easy. Toll booth guy. If you're the toll booth guy right now, all you gotta do is grab that change, next person go. Grab that change, next person go. Easy pass. See you later. You can do that absolutely hammered.
I don't know.
You're not gonna get hurt.
You throw the wrong attitude when you're drunk, no filter, to somebody that just got cut off in road rage. You can get your ass
but nobody wants to stop on their commute home, and they have to pay a toll. They just want to they just want to go.
I don't know if they're
stop
with
and talk to me. I'm just gonna close the bulletproof window.
Shit. They're dealing with
bulletproof window is getting shut.
You gonna keep talking over me, or?
I was going to, but I guess I'll let you go.
What's your other one? I'm done.
My next one is, I guess, a little more dangerous, but not really. Zamboni guy. I think that would be hysterical to be the Zamboni guy during.
If you're drunk on a Zamboni, could you imagine just going into the crowd?
Well, that's dangerous. You can't really go in the crowd. The walls are there in the glass. You're not going to go in the crowd. You're not going fast enough to break through that wall.
Big. I mean, I guess
they're big, but I don't think they're going fast enough to go through. They will hit it,
but I think if you're going it, even if you're going max speed on a Zamboni that you can go, even if you just hit that wall hard enough, that glass is probably breaking, and you're getting shards of glass in people's face.
That's true.
That's dangerous.
But
maybe not.
I think I'm just gonna.
But that's dangerous.
I bet I'll just I'll clock the speed. I'll put a governor on there myself and just not be able to go over a certain speed. I'll have a speed limit. I'll follow speed limit when I'm drunk. Of course, drunk driving is bad. I was joking. Drunk driving is very bad. Don't
So I
listen to me.
should cross off Uber on my list. No, I'm
Yes.
joking. Drunk driving. Don't do that. But another a lowball one that I had was a pet groomer.
Okay, that's one I would never have thought of,
That's
but
what I was just sitting at work today, bored as shit, just thinking of jobs I could do.
came to your head.
Yeah, I was like, I could definitely give Lou a mean fucking haircut. Drunk as shit. I'd probably think it's mean and tough when I'm drunk, but then I'd wake up and be like, ooh, I fucked that one up. Yikes.
I've got another one. Your job.
Cashred? Yeah. I think about
You could do your job drunk for sure.
I all the time think about just getting hammered.
I could easily do it.
Yeah.
I think might fuck up the drawer a little bit, but honestly, you could probably just take that out of my paycheck. I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'll take whatever the difference is. Like, all right, whatever.
That's true.
You want another one?
You want to hear some tough ones?
Let me hear I have one more, so you give me your favorite one.
Oh, there's so many.
Fine, you get two more.
I get two more? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you the medium one. I think I could.
Okay.
Psychiatrist. I think you could be drunk as shit.
I feel like you have to be either on some kind of like pill of some type to be a psychiatrist. Like, you got to be prescribed yourself something. To be
a psychiatrist.
There's no way you're talking to these people sober.
Exactly. Everybody turns into a great listener when they're sober when they're drunk. Hence me. I
think I give very good advice to people when I'm hammered, like for sure.
Yeah, you probably think that, and then you're telling them like, "Fuck that person, man. They don't deserve you." Meanwhile, it's their mother. You know.
I think that'd be a good one to do drunk for sure. I think you definitely get a little.
So, give me your last one.
Last one I got. This is my favorite one. I think I'd like this job in general. Golf course employee. So either being like a caddy or the guy that moves the hole. I think the guy that moves the hole, low key, has a fire job, or the guy, or like a driving range. If there's a driving range, the guy that goes in the cart and just picks up all the balls with the rake. That's cool. But I think the whole guy.
I think I get pissed off if somebody hit me with a golf ball when I was in that car.
No, you're getting nailed. If it's a popular one, there's a bunch of people there. You get hit a few times while you're doing that job. So it's kind of fun. I think that'd be cool, but I think doing the hole or the caddy would probably be the best to do drunk because like the guys you're golfing with are probably also drunk. So I think that'd be hilarious. But I also just want to be the guy that moves the hole. I think that's a cool job.
I think that's a good one. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I wonder how much those guys make like that move the hole.
Probably like not much. Probably like $8 to $10 an hour.
I think it's just like a volunteer. You think it's kind of
no? They definitely get paid.
Type thing.
They definitely get paid. It's definitely I think it's literally a caddy that works there or somebody who picks up the balls. Just like that's the first thing they do in the morning is move the greens, or the first thing they do on like a Saturday is move the holes in the green.
Damn,
that'd be my guess.
Well,
so you got one more?
One more.
You
ready?
Never. I was born ready.
Commercial airline pilot.
Cyrus has left the chat.
What? What the fuck are you talking
Wait, has Adam not heard that before? You texted me the other day and it was baffling. I've already got the initial reaction out.
All I'm saying is I feel like a lot of commercial airline pilots, all they have to do is get up, hit a button, they're on autopilot.
You're not wrong.
Gotta land.
You're not wrong. You got to take off and land.
Landing is the most difficult part, but if I got a lot of time and experience, and then all of a sudden I decide to pull like a Denzel Washington in flight.
Yo, if Denzel could do it, actually no. Things Denzel can do, you can't necessarily do. I can't say that. If he can do it, you can do it. No way. He can do a lot more.
I mean, if I can get into PLL by 2023, I think I can land a plane drunk.
Denzel wasn't. I mean, obviously it's based on true story. I actually don't remember the real guy's name, but in the movie, at least how they portrayed it, that guy wasn't drunk. That guy was absolutely fucking loaded, shit face, hammered drunk.
Yeah,
he was
I would just be drunk.
Yeah, if you're like a 6 to 12 years in, like probably
I could do it. I just gotta level that bitch out. Easy.
Is your co-pilot sober?
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay, so if disaster struck, he's there.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
I'm not going.
Well-
We're not going down in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. Like I'm not flying over that.
Would you rather just be like the co-pilot?
No, I want to be the captain.
The main pilot. But if anything happens where you're too drunk to handle it, he's there just in case.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna take off and land drunk. If I need him to, if something crazy comes up and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't do it,
He's there.
co-pilot comes into play.
And I also feel like a lot of co-pilots probably wouldn't rat me out if I was drunk. I don't think they have the balls.
You don't think so?
That pilot position.
They want that pilot position. I don't know. I feel like being a co-pilot is probably a pretty cushy gig.
Probably a better job.
I don't think it works like that. I think they both
Because you
have
never
like
hear,
a very.
you never hear about like when a plane crashes. You never hear about the co-pilot. I only hear about.
No, I think it's an
pilot.
equal partnership.
Really?
I don't think it's split. I think it is like they just like, oh, that's my co-pilot, that's my
Well-
co-pilot. They're both the pilots.
But you never hear. You only hear about Captain Sully. I don't know the co-pilot's name when he landed.
Maybe
the
because
plane in the-
Captain Sully was the one that got super drunk and happened to land the plane okay. The other guy just held his dick in his hand or something.
You lost
You know what I
me
mean?
there.
I'm saying like
Sully wasn't
that's the guy that everybody
Captain
knows
Sully
because
wasn't
he
drunk.
was the ham. Which one was? Wait, was Captain Sully the one
guy
that landed on the
landed
Hudson?
in the Hudson. He wasn't drunk. for that.
Oh
Sully was Tom.
no, so yeah,
Yeah, he was Tom
Not
Hanks, not
Denzel.
Denzel.
he was Tom
Yeah, these
Hanks.
Mix up.
You were right. So
Cool.
no,
I was
Tom.
like,
Yeah,
cool.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, no, Tom
No,
Hanks was the
but you
was the main
never
guy
hear
because the other guy
about-
probably didn't do anything.
Exactly. You never. Well, no. You just said it's an equal partnership. So how does that?
I think it's equal partnership, but when it comes to landing on the Hudson, I think only one dude needs to actually
But
take
then
the
why
sticks.
doesn't? Why isn't it Captain Sully and whoever the co-pilot was?
Maybe he was just like unhelpful. What if Captain Sully was like, he didn't do fucking anything. Don't give him any kind of credit. He pissed himself. That's what he did. I don't know. I've never seen that
Now
movie.
you're confusing me because you said it was an equal partnership, but it doesn't sound like an equal partnership. It sounds like when something goes wrong or something goes good.
Well,
it
somebody
falls on
should.
the
I bet there
pilot.
is. I'm sure there is a chain, like they have to have one person has to be in charge of the other. But I don't think one person is doing nothing on a normal flight and the other person is doing like all of it. I think they both have different jobs that they handle. One probably, if it comes to like a disaster situation, one probably has say over the other. But I think they both have their own duties during the flight. It's not like one dude's just sitting there waiting for the first guy to pass out. You know.
I get
So I
what you're
guess there
saying,
is a hierarchy.
But I'm just saying.
They,
But I'm just saying. I think co-pilots would probably be more inclined to not say anything at all because, like, hey, if you do fuck up, I get that job. But if you do something
That's true.
good, then the pilot gets all the credit. So, like, you really can't. It's like not a double-edged sword. It's kind of like a katana, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a sweeping motion. So if shit hits the fan, you're fucked.
Yeah, this shit's really hit.
Yeah, shit's really hitting the fan. You're getting an arm cut off. But if you're sitting there looking dope as fuck with a katana, then you look cool. You come out the hero.
Oh, by the way, Sully's co-pilot was a man named Jeffrey Styles.
Never heard of Jeffrey Skiles ever.
And
Harry Styles, who? Go.
Captain
Whatever, fuck
Sully
that guy.
didn't land his flight on the Hudson River by himself. He had a very talented co-pilot named Jeffrey Styles.
Yeah, but you never hear about that. I can
No.
tell you right
Alright.
now, I've never heard of Jeff Skiles. I can't even remember his name, and Adam just said it.
So those are jobs that we think we could do drunk. If you agree or disagree, we don't really care because we're not going to change our decision.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
definitely not. I'm not moving off of dinosaurs, and you're not moving me off of pilots.
Yeah.
Piloting.
Sorry, not sorry.
Drunk, so
Adam, what's
Sorry.
next? And I can't. Adam, speak up. I can't hear you.
We've got
Come on.
heat check. We got Joe Kelly saga, suspension, and are the Astros getting what they deserve?
Short answer: yes. In my opinion.
okay. So let me give you some background story. Joe Kelly is a relief pitcher in the MLB. He plays for the Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
And he absolutely dominated the internet for a night. This was probably about July 30th, July 31st, somewhere around there.
Or a week ago from nowish.
Yeah. So he strikes out Carlos Correa, and to end the inning. So that was third out. He is out. As Joe Kelly is leaving the mound, he goes, "Nice swing, bitch." And Carlos Correa did not like that at all. So when Carlos Correa started chirping back, Joe Kelly hits him with that pouty face that you do when somebody's mad and you're taunting them and they're like, "Aw, boo-hoo, you gonna cry?" Upper lip,
Stuck his tongue out a little bit on him.
stuck his tongue out, that bottom lip's over the top lip, and he's just pouting.
He
Perfect
won the
gift.
internet
I
for a
use
day.
it on Cyrus today. Make sure you check it out. It's a great one. But this all comes after. But this is something that I learned today. Before that, there was this guy Brantley. He like singled to somewhere near first, so Joe Kelly had to go cover first to try to get him out. And as he was going to cover first, this Brantley guy clipped his leg with his cleat. So Joe Kelly was just staring at this guy, like mean mugging him out in first. And then from the Astros dugout, somebody just goes, "Get back on the mound, you little bitch." So
Oh, I didn't know that.
Joe Kelly was triggered. And
yeah.
then apparently after that, he threw a pitch behind Alex Bregman's head, which did not hit him, but at the same time, you're not supposed to be throwing at people's head when you have a 99-mile-per-hour ball coming at you, you know? But at the same time, the Astros did cheat and got
Yeah,
no punishment for it.
I personally believe that in their scenario, the proper punishment, like obviously not punishment, but proper treatment from all the other teams playing them is pretty much this: a lot of chirping, a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting. I'm not going to say they should throw with these guys because that'd be a little fucked up. But if they get clipped here and there, if they throw a shoulder, if they slide in some
Throw it
legs,
in the elbow.
obviously,
Hit 'em in
obviously
the funny
nothing
bone.
crazy, just a little extracurricular.
You know?
After the play, that's definitely valid. And yeah, you got to be able to deal with the chirps. If he calls you a bitch, you kind of have to sit there and take it a little bit. Like you can chirp back if you want, but you do have to sit there. You can't call him an asshole for like chirping to you because like you cheated for God knows how long.
Cheated your way to a World Series.
Yeah, so super fucked up.
And
And
also,
I think
Carlos Correa is the one that was like, "Hey, it's over with now. You have to get over it." So if you're gonna open yourself up to say that, I mean, you got anything that comes at you, you got to deal with. Like
you
you
got to take
said,
it.
you're talking all this shit. It's over. Blah blah blah. Like it's not over for. I mean, it's not over for the Dodgers because they were probably doing it when they faced the Dodgers in the World Series and they won their ring. But the Nationals were just hot, so no amount of cheating could ever stop them. But the craziest part about this is that Joe Kelly got an 8-game suspension. Do you know
That's absurd. And that's
if that was a regular season game? Do you know what the equivalent would be?
No.
21 to 22 games. Now, Joe Kelly does have a history of hitting guys with pitches, but he also has a history of not being the most accurate pitcher. Like he can't put his pitches where he wants to. Sometimes he's just erratic.
It's just baffling that they're protecting. I get it. You got to protect these players from getting hit, but that's an absurd suspension for like with no real proof to that. You know what I mean?
In a 60-game season, an 8-game suspension
That's absurd.
is equivalent to 21 or like 22 games.
You got to walk up to somebody, punch them square in the jaw out of nowhere to get a 20-game suspension.
Mm-hmm.
You know
but
what
they
I mean?
were saying
like
since Joe Kelly has a history of throwing at people that
he's just a bad pitcher. He's wild.
He's a wild pitcher. Wild thing, dude. But I just think that's nuts because the Astros legitimately received no punishment at all. The only thing they did was fire their manager and I think their GM, but I'm not even really sure on that. But I know they fired their manager for sure. But the GM thing, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I just think
it's nuts that they didn't get anything. Like, no, not
they
even
should
a
get
slap
all
on
the shit in the
wrist.
world for like the next generation should be shitting on the Astros.
And the Astros got lucky again because of COVID-19. Like, they don't have to deal with those fans that were literally going to follow them across the country and just shit on them.
I'm hoping that'll continue to when sports are normal. I think it will. I think people are still going to be mad and people are still going to go hard on that. They are going to get.
Well, the Astros just had another brawl with the A's because they knocked
dude,
out
that's
the
what I'm saying.
A's.
Every team is so mad at them and giving them so much shit, chirping them, fighting them. I'm like, they deserve it. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying they deserve to get hit by pitches, you know, slid into all this other shit because they could get hurt. But
Yeah.
they deserve all the chirps. They deserve all the shit people are throwing at them, and they do deserve to get everybody in that stadium booing them when you're batting. So I hope that comes.
I mean, karma is kind of a bitch. Jose Altuve is only batting like 177 right now.
That ain't karma. That's how good he actually is, not knowing the fucking pitch is coming. That's crazy. That's absurd.
George Springer's
like,
not having a good year either, and he was like the hero.
What was he batting
there.
before? Like 4.45 or something like that?
He was batting something crazy like 350, 325.
Like something really good, and now it's fucking 0.14 or some shit. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit. When you don't know what pitch is coming, baseball's fucking hard.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's just, I don't understand how you could suspend him for 8 games. That's just ridiculous.
That's a lot. In a short 8 games in a regular game season, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
8 games in a regular season is like a week and a half. Like, it's not much. Here, it's like game changing. 8 weeks is very important games that bring you to the playoffs. But,
yeah. I feel you.
So, all right. Adam, what do we have up next?
I got it. We got shit list up next.
Okay.
The very first one is yours, buddy, so I'll let you take it away.
Okay. This shit list is kids on social media. And I understand this is a little bit hypocritical. Hypocritical? Is that it?
I don't know.
God, I'm illiterate. Damn, how did I not get that one? Yes, hypocritical. Definitely couldn't spell that if I tried. So I hate all these new kids and all the like kids on apps these days. And I guess I can't really shit on TikTok because I guess that's kind of their app. It's for the younger generation. But reasons that I hate like this next generation a little younger than us, the kids born in like 2002 and on, 2003 and on. It's because one, we'll always be at odds if we're both if we're all same 2 generations are on the same apps. So right now we're all, like pretty much everybody's on Twitter and shit and TikTok, I guess. So like we're always at odds. Nobody's happy with each other. All like people just like treat it differently. They grew up with iPhones. We didn't. So like it's a little more new to us. So we treat it differently than they do. And I also think that the influencer culture is so toxic to our society. And we're getting it at a little older age. So it's a little bit, we can like kind of defend ourselves against it a little bit. But these kids are like, my goal is to be an Instagram influencer and be famous online or famous on YouTube and all this shit. And I'll never have to work a day in my life. And I think that's I think it's like just terrible for these kids like childhoods to go out about their day like this or go about their life. Like all these kids in high school, all they want to do is be famous on TikTok. You know what I mean? Be famous on Twitter. And I think it's super dangerous for these fucking 16-year-old kids to be backing that at this point. Like they should really be backing going to college and doing well in school. But most of them are like, okay, I'm famous on Instagram now. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of my life. You're staring at me like you haven't said a word. I'm a little concerned. I want to hear your thoughts.
I don't know. I kind of think college is a scam, but that's me.
Okay. Well, but you do understand that.
I get what you're saying.
I guess we grew up a little differently. That like your option was never to go like try to get famous online.
Maybe being on TikTok and trying to be an influencer, maybe you like try to pick up a trade or something useful to actually help.
Yeah, if you're not a college person, there's many other ways valid ways to go about your life and make a living,
or even better yourself as a person instead of just sitting in front of the camera and trying to learn the renegade.
All these kids, all they do is just they're on these phones. And I'm not gonna say I'm not on my phone all the time, but like, you know, when you're on TikTok, you see all these people and that's all they do all the time. And I feel like they're just kind of isolating themselves and also just everybody's trying to fucking buy in to be an influencer, to make money on this. And it's just like, I don't think it's good for their childhood.
I just feel like it's like, there's definitely negatives to it. Like you see all those people that will just do anything for clout or a follow or a view, like punch people in the back of the head or like pulling like just assaulting like customer service people, which is definitely toxic,
I hate that shit too. When these kids go and they fucking like try to do something in a store and to the people working there and like go fuck yourself.
Like, fuck off. Go do something better. Walk around.
That's what I'm saying. They do anything for the like. They do everything. I know we sound like boomers right now, but
no,
I think this is where I side. I think we side more in the millennial generation on this topic more than we do like the Gen Zs. We're like dead in the middle.
Yeah.
We're 97. We're 97s. So like, or you're 96. But so we're like dead in the middle of like, who do we actually belong to? But I just feel sometimes I feel bad. And I think it's like, and some kids who maybe aren't as popular on this shit feel like they're not good people or they're not successful. So if like you don't, you know what I mean? And people shit on you online and I feel bad when like these 16-year-old kids are getting shit on online for things. I'm like, that's like, they're going to take that like it's so serious.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, but they don't know any better.
Also, if you're sitting on an app for hours and hours on end, of course your role models are going to be these kids that are like within almost the same age as you. And if you can see Charlie DeMillo or Addison Ray, or I don't know any of the Wiggle Dickers on TikTok. I don't know
the Wiggle Dickers. They call them e-boys.
E-boys, yeah. Isn't e-boys more for like gamers?
I don't know. It's just weird high school boys that are on TikTok. I think that kind of covers all of them.
Yeah.
But yes, I guess more of the
but
nerdy gamer
what I was
types.
saying, like, if you see that and you're on that app hours on hours on end and you just keep seeing their videos pop up, of course you're going to want to try to get on that trend and try to like do what they do, because that's all you're seeing, you know. And I know what you're saying, that's the problem, but at the same time, we were the same way as kids. Once Twitter started coming out, we would do anything to get like 10 likes on a tweet.
That's true.
You know,
and maybe I guess it is different because like
that's just you getting
it's
old,
like
though.
But it's also it is just us getting old. But I think it's also like generationally, these kids go online for their role models. You know, my role model was like Lawrence Taylor. You know what I mean? Like
but
Rashad Jennings.
Even back then, people were saying, "Oh, your role model shouldn't be this sports player. It should be
I guess personally, at least
or
I guess
some scholar,
something more realistic.
Just got an IQ of 180 while I'm sitting here with an IQ of like 2.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna amount to that. I'm not gonna get there. I'm not winning no Nobel Peace Prize, bro. Get out of here with that.
Mom, we gotta be realistic. I can get to the NFL way easier than a Nobel Peace Prize.
Seriously, Mom, I could have a career in construction. You want me to go out here and try to cure cancer? That's not me, fam.
Well, leave that to the nerds.
That's not me, fam. But I don't know. I just feel like TikTok is the thing for them now, just like how we shouldn't be looking up to sports athletes to like we want to be NFL players. Well, you probably don't have the drive to be an NFL player there, Timmy, so you should probably focus on something more real. And I think that TikTok is just that generation's, you can't look to them to be role models, you know?
I do feel bad for them because they're just stuck in an awful culture that's eating them alive.
Oh yeah, social media is a fucking cancer.
2, get off Twitter. If you want TikTok, have TikTok. Twitter's ours. I hate seeing these people on Twitter. They kill trends so fucking fast. They just burn through them and they're done in 24 hours and they're not funny anymore because you see them so much. I fucking hate it.
Trump signed that fucking executive order, man. They got like
TikTok?
40. Yeah, to ban TikTok.
Yeah, they're still going. That shit won't end.
Well, I heard Microsoft is trying to buy it.
I did hear that too. Yeah, and then whenever every other day when they're like TikTok's gonna be banned, then all of a sudden these people post like last video, all this shit. No, it's not banned. I fucking hate I'll enjoy TikTok as it is, but if you start coming over to Twitter, all these kids, it's gonna really piss me off more than it already is because I can tell they just kill these trends so fast. And I also hate seeing these TikTok videos on. Oh, know what I hate most is on TikTok when all that is their face in front of a tweet. And they just like laugh at the tweet and they get 20,000 likes. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
I
hate
not
creative
that
at all. That's annoying.
Oh, it's the worst.
It is the worst.
Do something better. They just like go scroll through the fucking tweets that are funny. I'm like, yeah, those people are funny, not you.
I know. Not you. Exactly. I do get what you mean. Sorry. But
all right, so
to my shit list.
You got one?
Switch it up a little bit. Okay. I have no beef with TikTokers. No one come at my DMs.
Fucking attack me. I dare you, Charlie D'Amelio.
Attack them.
Attack me.
Stick them. But I just hate when I get fucking notifications from Bleacher Report and it says, let's take a look back at the 2015 draft and see where these star players could have gone instead of the original teams they were drafted to. What in the flying fuck is
like almost like a redraft.
The redraft.
Like it's like what could have been.
I hate that. I hate when I see the Patrick Mahomes come up in the fucking Bears jersey, and I'm just like, what the fuck is the point of that?
Now, do
They
you hate
didn't
that
draft
because
him.
do you hate that because like not just you, me too, at this point have subpar teams? So like, could we have had
Nope.
like
I
it's
just
just you
hate
think in
him with
general?
everything in my body,
I guess because it's
every
like
atom in my
why do we
body.
care? Like it
Why
didn't happen. So like
exactly? I would much rather you, Bleacher Report, ESPN, to go through that same draft with the same picks where they are and just absolutely shit on that player. Just be like, we thought this guy was going to be this, but it actually turns out Mitchell Trubisky has a noodle for an arm and can't complete a pass over 5 yards.
okay, so you're saying just go through and be like this draft pick what they picked here, good
Yeah, and
pick,
just like
bad
slap a
pick
big
because of
old
this.
bust on it. Big old bust.
Green
And
checks
then
and
be
red
like,
X's.
and then like for Lamar Jackson, like, and then you could just go through, like, it doesn't have to all just be a shit tour, like shitting on everybody, but like if you have somebody like Lamar Jackson where scouts, NFL execs, even coaches were like, yo, you should think about moving to a different position, you just post all his stats from there and then be like, well, look at him now, he's an MVP, you guys were all wrong, fucking suck it.
Yeah, I do hate it when you see
I
like,
just
oh,
hate that
like
so much,
this
and
is
I
what the
don't.
team could have been if everything was perfect and everybody could see the future.
And
Like,
the
well, don't fucking
biggest
work that way.
and the biggest thing that always gets me about that is analysts, anchors, podcast hosts that do the sports. They're always so big on systems and coaching trees around them. You have no idea what Patrick Mahomes would have been like if he went to the Bears and he had to get thrown right into the fire. One of the biggest things that Patrick Mahomes on his side was going to the Chiefs at 15, where they already had an established starter in Alex Smith, and he could take a year and learn from him because he was a bona fide gunslinger in Texas Tech. He was just fucking eating balls 80 yards down the field, and
The
Alex
best
Smith was
quarterbacks
just
were a backup for a few years.
exactly, and Alex Smith was just like, "Whoa, young buck, we got a
Let me
lot of
show you how
talent
it's
on
done
this
here.
team. You throw a 5-yard dink, you could probably get 80. You could probably get 60 yards if you throw it to Tyreek Hill here." And you just couldn't. There's no way you could tell that they would be the players they would be in the team that could have drafted them system.
Yeah, sports are
So I
so
just think it's
like.
such like a fucking. Sorry to keep cutting you off. I just think it's
You're
such a
good. You're good.
fucking clickbait there. You just want
It
me
is.
to
It's
like,
like, what are you bored? Like you
and that's
can't
where
write anything better.
exactly, and that's where it comes in when you say like because we have subpar teams. Like then I get mad because I see that the Redskins could have had fucking Derwin James instead of Daron Payne. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Daron Payne. I'm a big fucking trench guy, but Derwin James is one of the probably top 3 safeties in the league, and we could have had him in the secondary in a division that has the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, even though he has guts, and that receiving core, and Ezekiel Elliott. We got Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz doesn't have any weapons, but he can still sling the ball. And we're always getting torched in the secondary, but we went defensive line in the first round beside when we could have had a shot at Derwin James. And that pisses
Well,
me off.
I don't really want to see what could have been. Thanks a lot
Exactly.
though,
I don't.
because it's not what's
I'd
been.
rather
So
I'd rather get a good draft grade on a like them going through it like this person's become a 2-time All-Pro or he's been elected to how many ever Pro Bowls and these are his stats from
yeah,
there.
I don't think you can shit on a team or a GM for their for the non-picks. You can shit on them for the picks that were bust, but you can't shit on them for the guys that they
Exactly.
didn't pick that end up being
Exactly.
amazing. You can't.
Because
It doesn't
something
work
in
that
that
way.
process, said like he won't work in our system or I don't think he's a good team. I don't think he would come into our culture and assimilate well. And the fact that you're going to go through and just say, oh, well, he would have been the same exact player he was on this team, it's not relevant. It
Yeah.
doesn't, you don't have any evidence to support that. So
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
my shit list. I fucking hate redrafts. I want them to stop. If you're going to do it, just put out a list of that draft and just slap a big old bust on a picture or star or
Yep.
average or could have been better, but who knows? And that's
So
the end of my shit list. So
we got next up is another question. This questions?
questions.
This is becoming my favorite segment now that we're actually in questions
Yeah.
and people care and like enough to like text me questions. It's kind of cool. This one comes to my buddy from school, Evan Kordick. Shout out, Evan. He had this random ass question. He must have been sitting on this for a while because it's very in depth. So, if you were dropped back in time to January 1st, 1800, how would you successfully prove you were from the future without bringing anything back with you? So you can't bring anything back with you to then. You just
It's
show
just
up
me
there
and
in
my mind.
1800, just you. How do you prove to these people that like I'm from the future, guys? Like from fucking 200 years from now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
Wanna
tell
hear
you right now. I really couldn't tell you any historical facts in the 1800s that would.
Dude, think about it. Think about how much like shit you could be like, I actually really don't know what happens like tomorrow or next year, to be honest with you. I don't know much about shit.
Exactly.
Like
But I
who's gonna
feel
be
like I
present?
do
I don't
have a
know.
slight advantage over you just because I'm colored. They don't like me very much, but I could probably prove to them that I'm from the future with just how literate I am. Because I
I
do
guess if
understand,
they heard you speak and how well you speak, that would
and
definitely help.
if they just put any book in front of me and I could read it, I think they'd be like, "Oh wow, this N word is from the future."
This guy's legit.
Yeah, I really don't think I could, off the top of my head, just be like, "Oh yeah, some historical person did this on this date at this time. Oh, Paul Revere lit up the right tiki torch to let them know the British was coming."
That wasn't too far off. Not too far.
by by land or by sea. I honestly did he
That's
come
it. Lander
by?
by sea.
He came by
I think that was before.
sea.
I think it was C. It had to be C. You know what's bullshit about that? Like at one point they had to come by C. Like they came from C from over. Like they had to at one point. No,
Yeah,
I
but
think that
I'm
I think
interested
that
to hear
you're.
yours because I think I get an easy pass on that one just because I could be like,
I think you're
yo,
right. Like you, I don't know, but I don't know
I
if
can
yours is
read.
a guarantee. They'll be like, okay, you can read. That doesn't really prove that you're from the future.
I know, but I feel like it's more easy for me to do that though.
I suppose so, because
You know, it'd be more like, oh yeah, like read this. And I get that there were very smart African Americans back then, but there weren't a lot. Like not a lot of them would be recognized or
yeah. Oh my God, you can't bring your glasses. Can you read without your glasses?
what, like maybe Frederick Douglass at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's probably no, like yeah, there was some.
There were some, but
But
if I could just be
can
like, if I just all of a sudden showed up January 1st, they probably wouldn't really notice because, again, racist. But I was just like, I'm from the future.
look at
I
this
could
sick fade.
look at the sick face, 100%.
Like,
And I was just like, give me math problems, maybe not math problems.
so that was mine. That was one of mine. Mine was like maybe I could do some calc. Like I could probably do some
Yeah,
math
but was
for you.
calc
But
even around then back
it,
then?
no, yeah,
Kinda.
yeah, it was way around by then for sure. Like not the average person was doing calc back then, but like that still wouldn't prove in the future. Like probably couldn't do any math that hasn't been invented yet.
Okay, so you tell us yours because I have a question for you after.
So yeah, math I'd say would be one. Then my next thing would be like my head went to like, okay, what can I do or make that will prove that I'm from the future? So I got a couple. I'm like spinning a basketball on my finger because I can do that very well. I'm juggling. I guess they were juggling back then.
Yeah, for sure, juggling, confirmed.
Also, I thought about let me try to make something that is like futuristic that I could not futuristic, but like that they haven't seen before that I could build now. And I thought came to my head one of the best inventions in the 21st century. Do you know what it is?
Electricity.
You did not just say that.
It's not an invention, but they harnessed it, right?
21st century. Do you know what the 21st century was?
Kinda.
Well,
Right.
21st century.
2009. But we digress.
What the fuck?
Anyway, no, the slap chop. Do you remember the slap chop?
No,
I'm building. Yes, you do.
I don't.
I used to laugh at the slap shop infomercials like when I was a kid, like, oh, that's so dumb, and everybody would, like, joke about it. I remember seeing memes, but like low key, I could use a slap shop right now, and I think I could build a slap chop. And I think if I build a slap
Okay, you're
chop and
just
like
saying
chop some,
words to me right now. I don't know what a slap
you've
chop
never
is.
heard of the slap chop. You're
I'm-
lying.
I swear on everything I love, let them be smite. Let God smite
So,
them in their
so
grave
it's like this
right
little
now.
cylinder. It's this little cylinder thing, and it's got like a blade in it that like runs almost like a snake, and the bottom is like clear. So you put a potato or like tomato, anything in there that you want to chop up, and you put the cylinder on top of it, and then the top, it's like a spring. So you push it down, and these knives go and like spin in different directions and chop it up. So you go like
No shot you're building that.
I think I could build it. All you need is like I probably have to use wood and a knife, a couple knives. I think I could do it. That's just the first thing that came to my head. Is like, this is from the future that they don't have yet.
You think you could build a bike?
Ooh, I bet I could give me enough time
I
and
could have built a bike.
some
That's
materials.
not
I
for
think I could
me.
build a bike, maybe a
think
skateboard.
so?
You can build a skateboard.
Yeah. But then maybe you're just like, you're not from the future. You just took this wheel and put it on a piece of plywood.
They would just think you're a good inventor.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess being a good inventor isn't awful, but I guess if the point is to prove that you're from,
I think your best bet to prove that you were from the future would be to like maybe study before. If you knew you could go back, you were going back January 1st, 1800, brush up on your history and just start throwing out dates.
You'd have to know something that like the next day, like it happened.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You'd have to know so specifically. Like, you could be like, oh, in like 1835, like this guy's the president. They're like, cool. What can you show us today?
Yeah.
Nothing. I got nothing for you.
In somewhere until something happens that you predicted.
Yeah, they would just
Maybe it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, yeah, you kind of either brush over your history, but like I thought about it. If you get dropped in there randomly, I couldn't even name you the first like few presidents in like
No.
1700s. Like not even close.
Wasn't a history buff.
Like I just can't do it, and that's crazy. We don't even know that. I probably couldn't name you 10 or 15, I probably maybe could name you 10 presidents. Maybe. I don't think I could
Barack
even do that.
Obama, that's all I know.
That's all I know.
That's all I know. All right, but here's a shower thought for you.
Okay.
How the fuck did we just come up with like numbers and letters and words?
So the craziest thing to me, maybe I'd speak another language. No, that wouldn't help.
No, I don't think so, bro.
I can't speak Latin. They'd be like, "Oh, you can't speak Latin? You must be from the future."
I don't
Right?
think so.
Oh, you can't? What do you mean you
That's how that
can't understand
works,
what we're saying? They're like, "Oh, you're not from around here, are you?" They would definitely get it.
Was Latin a dead language by then?
Probably. No,
But-
not yet. I think they still do Latin.
But
Wait, but
do you ever
language and
think how
shit.
crazy that is? Like somebody was just like, this one piece of wood is 1. And then when you get another one, that's 2. And then when you get another one, that's 3. I don't
feel like
understand it.
I feel like the original names for numbers, at least 1 through 9, got to be so arbitrary.
And then you start getting into like 50s, 55s. You're just like, yeah, 50.
No, 1 through I feel like 1 through 9 is pretty much where all like the weird like made up shit comes from. Everything after that obviously comes from the
I
9
guess it
digits.
gets easier, but at the same time, what was stopping them from saying 56 is, I don't know.
Well, no, it comes as a progression. Like if
quintuplet
it's
of sticks.
no,
or
it's
something
like
that.
because you go from 0 to 9 to
quintuple.
10, and then you repeat, and then you repeat, and you repeat, and you repeat, and it goes on like that. I think the 1 to
understand,
9
but
thing
at
is
the same-
crazy.
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, what literally was it just easier? And they were just like, okay, so this is easier, so we're gonna do that. Because if that was easier, then why did we even throw letters and shit in the mix for math problems? Like, why did we need that?
I just think it's crazy. Me personally, the numbers I kind of understand. Languages to me
I
make
don't
no
under-
sense.
I
I'll
just
hear
don't
people
understand
speak in
where-
different languages, and I was like, that sounds like gibberish to me, and I don't think I'll ever be able to actually like fathom it.
I'm literally melting down over here, dude. I don't understand how somebody was just like, this is what this means, and you have to trust me.
I don't like how we all did differently. I get it. Language and things came from like different places, so they kind of figured it out on their own before they met each other. But like that just makes everything very difficult.
I'm literally broken, dude. I can't think of any. Like I cannot physically focus on.
Think about this: the alphabet, the like I get the origins again. It comes from super old Greek, Latin, all that shit. But like the order means nothing.
Nothing.
Think about that. It doesn't mean a thing. If you like, somebody's like,
It's
"Oh,
just
it's a
easier to
song," like
sing.
no, yeah, you could rearrange another way and still sing the tune. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it means nothing. If the alphabet was a completely different way, like it wouldn't fucking matter. So like,
Also,
who decided that order? Who?
I don't get why the Chinese have so many symbols and how they learn all
Dude,
that as children.
I don't know, dude. We have the
Yeah,
most
like-
complicated
Like kanji.
language.
I guess we do, but at the same time, I don't understand how they could learn all those symbols and like one stroke could mean something totally different.
Chinese and like
Adam, I can't hear you.
all the Asian countries, like all that stuff is like way, like they're like learning of language is like so much more intense than English. Like English is a lot easier to learn than any of those. Like it's just so.
I've heard English is very difficult to. I guess English is easier to learn. English to speak English in America, or I guess anywhere English is spoken, is like difficult to like blend in and not sound like a robot. From what I hear, like to actually understand like why we use certain words for certain things and certain words for other things, and the type of slang we use in normal conversation, and the
I'm
emphasis
sure
we
our
use on certain
slang is
words.
probably the most difficult to learn.
Oh my god, it makes no fucking sense. You know how many
Except
times I
maybe if you're
say
Scottish. I have no idea what a Scottish person is saying would say to me at any point.
you ever say like oh yeah no. You're like, oh, like that means no, but like you said yeah and then no. Like what the fuck? What's that about? It's like what the fuck? I wouldn't be able to learn English. I wouldn't be honestly. I can't learn fucking languages for save my fucking life though.
I can't believe somebody just was like, "Hey, this is what that big object that's going in the sky and it has like something on it. That's called a tree. Those are leaves on it. That's a branch."
The origins of everything is so old. I just gotta assume that we're just in a simulation and people were dropped here and just with the knowledge that they had, and then they taught everybody, and everything stemmed from that. We're in a simulation. It has to be.
Maybe aliens just came down and gave us the rundown.
What if I just told the 1800 people they're like, yo, it's a simulation, and like their smartest guy was like, bro, how do you know that? I'm like, dog, from the future. Everybody knows it in the future. He's like, yo, you can't tell anybody that,
bro.
Yeah, he's like, bro, how do you?
That's a
He's in the
trade
council, like all
secret.
the smart people. They're like, how does this kid know? He's like, he must be from the future. Then they were like, all right, we got to send him back. That's how I do it. That's the end of it. All right, we got it. I'm telling them it's a simulation. They'll be like, holy fuck, this kid knows.
I don't know, man.
Oh, I solved the riddle.
For people that don't trust a lot of things and question everything imaginable, I can't believe we just all fall in line for like, yeah, this means that means that, and this means this.
That's all we know.
It's for our own sanity. It's just to keep sane.
I don't know.
If you start questioning the basic fundamentals of shit like that, like you'll go crazy.
Yeah,
you know, if you start not getting like why A is A, it's like, all right, you got to figure. Yeah, you got to argue about something
thinking
else.
about it, dude. I'm breaking.
All right, so we'll leave it with that. 1800. I'm dropping. I'm creating the slap chop. Isaiah's reading, and I'm also saying it's a simulation, and they'll treat me like a god. So, all right.
Yeah.
That is the end of episode 8.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Also,
again,
hold on.
What?
Didn't you have to shout out Cletus?
Shout out my boy Cletus. He is also one of the founding members of Cryo Baby Inc. So shout out to Cletus. He plugged me on his work page. He works at IBM. IBM's a sick company. Go buy all their stuff. IBM sells stuff, right? Their computers. Yes. Go work with IBM. Great people. Cletus, also good dude. Cryo Baby Inc. He may be my PR guy pretty soon, so maybe we'll have him on and we'll chat. But
also,
thanks,
thank you for all the follows on Twitter.
Yes, got a lot of Twitter followers.
For the couple of followers on the YouTube, anybody that's following the Instagram, thank you so much. We enjoy the support a lot, and honestly, it's really fun doing this. So, I hope you guys like it.
Cyrus, end the episode.
Thanks for listening, guys.